You will learn and understand the billionaire's role in civilization and why being misunderstood is a billionaire trait. Now, billionaires to some, or even most, are the apex of capitalism. To others, the villains of inequality. But the truth is deeper and more strategic. Billionaires play a role far greater than just wealth accumulation. Now, this episode isn't about how to get rich. It is about understanding why those who do shape civilization itself. Now, in every era, there is a class of people who sit above the structure, not because they are born into it, but because they learn to bend it. Pharaohs, emperors, industrialists, technocrats. Today, it is billionaires. They are not just rich individuals. They are policy shapers, cultural architects, technological accelerants, institutional designers. They don't just live in society, they help define it. Now, let's look at the three roles billionaires play. Architects of infrastructure. Think about Bezos with logistics, Musk with aerospace and EVs, Carnegie with steel, Rockefeller with oil. They build systems entire nations now rely on. They take moonshot risk governments can't and often won't. When states slow down, billionaires speed up. Custodians of culture, from Oprah to Jay-Z, from Walt Disney to Elon, billionaires influence how people think. They back streaming platforms, music catalogs, art institutions, educational platforms, social media ecosystems. Narratives are power, and billionaires often write the script. Accelerators of civilization, space colonization, AI research, fusion energy, longevity science. Governments budget, billionaires bet. They accelerate the timeline of what is technically possible and make it commercially viable. Now, let's be real. This power comes with controversy. Critics argue it creates monopolies, it erodes democracy, and it deepens inequality. And they are not wrong to question it. But here is the paradox. Civilization moves fastest when vision is concentrated, but it remains stable only when accountability is distributed. Think about that. Billionaires walk this razor's edge. The best don't just build for self, they build for legacy, impact, and resilience. Now, why should this matter to you? That is the entrepreneur, the investor, or builder. Well, understanding the billionaire's role gives you a blueprint to think generationally, move from income to influence, design systems, not just products, create structures that outlast you. This isn't about worshiping billionaires. It is about learning the rules of those shaping your world and using that knowledge to shape your own. Now, to why being misunderstood is a billionaire trait. You are crazy. That will never work. You are thinking too big. Ever heard those? Well, if you have, good. Because being misunderstood isn't a flaw. It is the feature of the billionaire journey. Let's unpack why the greatest minds in wealth creation are always out of sync before they are legendary. Now, history repeats, so does genius. Before the billions came resistance. Jeff Bezos was mocked for selling books online. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for TV. Jay-Z couldn't get a record deal. Sarah Blakely had zero fashion experience when she launched Spanx. And yet, they didn't seek approval. They followed clarity, not consensus. Being misunderstood is the price of vision. When you are thinking in the future, the present won't get it. It's as simple as that. Now, let's be real again. People are conditioned to protect norms, avoid risk, judge based on what they know. But visionaries operate with a bias toward asymmetry, a tolerance for ambiguity, a faith in what isn't built yet. That creates friction. You will sound crazy until you sound right. If you are not being misunderstood, you are probably still in the middle of the herd. And the herd, unfortunately, never builds empires. So, how do billionaires handle being misunderstood? Well, they master the inner game. That is, clarity is greater than validation. Conviction is greater than consensus. Long term is greater than likability. This isn't about strategy, it is neuroscience. Studies show that high performers are more willing to tolerate cognitive dissonance. That is the emotional pain of holding unpopular beliefs. They are not immune to pressure, no. They have just trained themselves to build under scrutiny. Now, being misunderstood doesn't mean isolation. It means selective alignment. The billionaire doesn't beg to be understood, no. Build systems that work, whether people approve or not. Let results, not explanation, do the talking. You don't need the world to get you, no. You need your market to see your value. You need only one investor, one partner, one customer to believe. And that belief can become an empire. Billionaires aren't just players in the game. They are part of the operating system behind it. If you want to understand power and wield it responsibly, this is your masterclass. Now, being misunderstood is not the enemy. It is the companion of greatness. So when the world doubts you, just smile and be happy. You are closer to power than they think. Subscribe now, because if this resonated, it is highly possible that you are not average and you are building something unbelievable.